Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 22nd episode of Darlene and the Franks. So, in the last episode, Darlene was able to, get in the Franks with Zero Two, and in their combined powers together, they were able to drive away the enemy using Strelizia Ultra Max Super Mode. And Dr. Franks, I think, got squished by a rock or something, which sucks for him. And that happened after he got his arm torn off. Once again, I should say. Which all that sounds great, aside from the Dr. Frankenstein thing. I kind of liked him a little bit. But the bad part is it looks like Zero Two died at the end. I mean, we can't say for sure just yet until we get that scene where Tiro's gonna shake her. Zero Two, Zero Two, wake up! Are you still alive? Please still be alive. Obviously, we need to get that scene before we can say one way or the other. But she looks kind of dead to me. I mean, maybe that's just how she basks in the afterglow. I don't know. That could be a thing as well. Zero Two is a very strange person. I guess we'll find out one way or the other. So let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. Play. Why not? Or planting, agriculture, getting dirty. Thing is so big. A world without Papa. Whatever will we do? Uh, oh God. I mean, she's not dead, but she doesn't look good. Yeah, I know. It sucks when a girl won't open her mouth for you, hero. Uh, Use a band-aid. How long has she been bleeding? You just kind of ignored that. So she's technically not dead yet, but I don't know. Because you do have like 3 episodes left, 22, 23, and 24. I'm kind of curious what they'll do for that. Obviously, the characters have to rebuild the world or find a new way to live without the support of Papa and no fighting Frank, no fighting Klaxosaurs. So their life is going to be very different one way or the other. See how much happier she looks in the opening? And then we have the current one. I do want to touch her horns at least once. Do we have the food for that? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. And don't count your vegetables until they finish growing. Yeah, she knows a lot about seeds and planting. Yeah, like an adult would. Well, that's not good. Well, I mean, you should still use it. You already suffered all the consequences of the magma. You might as well use it as long as you can. And yeah, she's still pregnant, guys, if you forgot. So they're gonna have to, somebody's gonna have to give birth. Someone's gonna help with the birth for that. Probably Ichigo. I do hope we get that scene, though. Yeah, quickly change the subject. It'd be easier if he didn't punch me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if you tried to snake Hero away from 0-2 while she's like this. Who are you? Oh jeez, he looks horrible. He looks like a zombie almost. Okay, what's your point? You can still eat if you don't want to. If you want to live as long as you can. I mean, I hate you, so you know. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. Just do what you want as long as you don't annoy me. Well, that everyone's gonna die eventually anyway. Ah, Goro, of course. Who else would it have been? Planning for the future, eh? What about the old Nana? How's she doing? Indeed. Life is basically a series of obstacles. Yeah, I was worried about that. Apparently, she just. You really shouldn't cut yourself 0-2. I don't care how depressed you are, don't do that, please. Ikuno is not looking great either. What exactly is the deal with her? I'm a little bit confused about that as well. Oh, jeez. Lexasaur? Aliens? People? Oh. Something landed from space, okay. uh, don't, not the time, Kokoro. I doubt that. Uh, apparently the Claxosaurs aren't done yet. Uh, uh, you don't say. Oh my god, she's pregnant? I'm shocked. Because it wasn't painfully obvious to everyone watching. But I guess they didn't get it yet, because they wouldn't know about that. Although Kokoro should have known. That's right, your baby's inside of her. You put it in her. Oh, wow. They really are going down this road. Or at least considering it. I didn't think they'd even bring that up, but apparently so. That's gotta suck. You don't even remember making the baby, but it's inside of you. You don't remember any of the love you had for the guy that did it. That's a horrible situation to be in. It's not even a good situation to bring a baby into. And she's not even really I haven't really emotionally mature enough to be expected to deal with all of this, so yeah, poor Kokoro. Which is like, what, 16? That's bad. Please stay still, 02. Do you need to put a leash on you? Very depressing episode. No, no, I didn't think she did. I think she's just mindlessly wandering. What now? What's just always things going wrong? Well, maybe the soil didn't have the necessary nutrients for it. Not all ground is farmable. Or somebody tampered with it, one of the two. Nana? Yeah, that's Nana. Doesn't look that great, but she could be worse. I mean, have you seen the nines? What is... Oh, not his porn stash, never mind. Okay, good. That means that Kokoro and... What was his name? The guy that impregnated Kokoro. It means they can get their memories back. Mitsuru, that's what it was. Because they said they threw their memories away, didn't seal them. But this is a way of getting them back if they were archived. So that's cool. Maybe that could even help 02, who knows? This is a room? A Matrix room? Oh. Oh, Naomi. Apparently she's still around, sort of. So he didn't, like, kill them. You two become the new adults. In other words, he's telling you two to get married. Which is fine, because I think you two like each other anyway. Yeah, we need help. Things are bad in so many ways. We don't know what to do. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of figured it was related to that, as most things are. One way or another related to the magma stuff. So there was a price to pay by using the magma energy. Well, I think Ichigo's last main enthusiasm dried up. But hey, you can win again, because rain. I don't think... This isn't a Disney movie, I don't think the rain's gonna magically make the crops grow again. But that'd be nice. And Kokoro has a decision to make. I've seen enough fiction to know that she'll probably decide to keep the baby, but who knows. I mean, I'm not gonna tell her what she should or shouldn't do in this situation, it's up to her. And Mitsuru to decide on. She's outside. Wait, why do you not watch her better? You're basically her keeper. Do a better job of keeping. I think that's the least of her concerns. Ah, please stop doing that. I don't really understand how that's happening, but yeah, you really should watch her, like, you know, maybe have a baby monitor for her, at least. Maybe tiny pieces of shrapnel are falling from the sky and cutting her. Oh right, they brought up the last page of the book, didn't they? Nope. Didn't have a chance to. What? Well, this entire anime is cruel. Oh. Okay, that's what it is. She's still linked to that and the damage it takes she's receiving. Uh, that's bad. That's what you said, right? She was up in the sky, left the prince behind. You shouldn't be so surprised. I kind of figured it was something like that. Okay, so we can use that. Okay, so not all hope is lost. That's something. Because yeah, you need nutrients and soil to make it work. You can't just plant in anything. I'm adding fertilizer helps and stuff, but only so much. Uh, well, he has bad news. Not sure they can really do to help though. Can they actually go in space with the Franks? Physically, not so much mentally. It's almost like being in VR a little bit. Full dive. I know, right? That's what I was wondering about. Oh, that's why we were showing the Claxtors flying before. Still, I don't know how much he thinks he can do to help. Uh, Probably. Either that or you'll die, one or the other. It's definitely far. Well, have fun. One less mouth for them to feed. Yes, Goro, do you have a counter argument? You, you don't understand, his waifu's in space and needs help. Love is more important than anything else. Do you not watch any works of fiction? Like, the love between two people is literally more important than the survival of an entire human race. Like, you clearly don't watch romance stuff if you don't get that. Yeah, have you, hero? Have you? At the very least, he told you guys about this before he left. That's something. Well, you're not fighting aliens in outer space. That he's selfish, I guess. It wasn't a very good counter-argument, Hero. And then Goro stabs him and kills him. Or a punch. That works too. But I mean, Hero's always like not care about anything else besides Zero Two for the bulk of the series, so I can't say I'm too surprised about any of this. Well, yeah, for me, it's anime. Yes, thank you for punching Hero. Of course. Yes, you keep throwing this quote at us. Yeah, even if that path takes you into outer space. You're still alive. Someone's not doing well over there. uh, Sucks being in a wheelchair, I'm sure. Don't push yourself, Donna. Who is that? I guess it doesn't really matter. Meddling with that comatose body. I assume he'll bring Zero Two's body with him up there. I mean, I would. For various reasons. Okay. Okay. Gonna be centered around me. I mean, you're not wrong. You're like in your teen years. I really don't know how old these characters are. I assume they're around 16. Wow, even the nines. We don't need any more tsunderes. You guys look, you need a nap. Most people don't plan on it, but just don't die, everyone. That's all I ask. Kokoro especially doesn't should try not to die. Uh, So I guess next episode we're gonna go to space. So that was the 22nd episode of Darling and the FranXX. And the fighting that we had in the previous episode is now, well, I wouldn't say completely resolved. There still seems to be some fighting up in the air. But, you know, our characters are kind of done with the FranXX and the fighting, or at least they thought they were. It's kind of up in the air about how that's actually gonna go, because they're apparently gonna, you know, go into space with Hero, and yeah, things might get a bit violent up there. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, pretty much this episode was about them trying to start a new life for themselves, a life independent of Papa and all that, trying to grow crops, trying to, you know, just establish a new life, pretty much making the best of it, trying to ration out and manage the food they do have left as long as they can. So it can last until they can build some kind of sustainable food source. Because so far the planting was not going super well. Apparently the soil was having issues because of the magma energy harvesting left the soil without any nutrients, I guess. Eventually they found out that there is some soil that they can use, and mistletoe or whatever. So they can use that, I guess, which will work for a while and just kind of go from there. So that's something. That is a little bit of good news. We did get to find out exactly what happened with 02, why she looked so dead inside. Because apparently that moment her mind had left her body and went into Strelizia, Apith, Super Duper Strelizia by itself, and leaving the body as just kind of a husk that can sort of move a little bit. But definitely void of any personality or anything beyond basic motor functions, pretty much. And yeah, Hero was having difficulty babysitting her because she would wander off once in a while, and she kept getting scratches all over her body, these cuts, which at first I thought maybe she was cutting herself, like some kind of weird depression type thing. But then we got to see them appear like by themselves when she was outside. But I thought, I mean, I said this, but I didn't really believe it as I said it. But I said that maybe some pieces of shrapnel were firing from the sky and cutting her like so fast I couldn't see it. Because that was the only logical conclusion I could really come to. But like I said, even though I said that, I didn't really believe it. It was the only theory I could even really come up with. I eventually found out what the case was. Strelizia was actually taking damage up there, and that was transitioning over to her actual physical human body. So that's the problem. So needless to say, Hero was going to go up there and save her, because protecting 02's smile is the only thing that matters in life to him, or in general, I guess. Everyone found out that Kokoro is pregnant. Of course, the audience watching knew she was pregnant. It was beyond obvious that she was pregnant, but most of the characters in the show are not all that familiar with how babies are made the natural way, aside from, of course, Kokoro. And Kokoro forgot her memories of making this baby with Mitsuru, so that would make her less likely to know what was going on, even though she does have that education. If she doesn't remember making sweet, sweet love with Mitsuru, she wouldn't consider the possibility of having a baby, because the baby wouldn't just appear inside of her. So, yeah, but now she knows, everybody knows, and she has to choose whether she's going to keep the baby or abort it. And that's going to be a decision she's going to have to make for herself, along with Mitsuru. Although, since they don't really have any memories of being together, I don't know how much Mitsuru would even want to... It's such a complicated situation, because, like, Kokoro knows for a fact that it's her child, there's no question about that, but Mitsuru has no memory of making it, so he might not feel like the father at all. And Kokoro might not feel like he's a father, and so it's such a messy situation. It's so hard to comment on. But they need to figure something out. That's for them to deal with, I guess, is really all I can say on that. The good news is that supposedly all these memories have been archived, so they should be able to give them back to them, and that would be a perfect solution to the problem there. So hopefully they end up doing that. I don't think they did that yet, but I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Old Nana's back, the previous Nana. I don't really want to say old, she's not that old, but you know, the original Nana's back, and it's great, even though she's in a wheelchair, although she was able to get out of it, so I guess she's not doing too bad. The nines look like they were just in horrible condition. Like, they looked like something the cat dragged in, ate, and spit out, and dragged back out. But, you know, in the end, they kind of decided they were going to go with everyone as well. Anyway, Hero decided that she was going to go chase after 02 up in the sky, up in space. That's quite far away. Nobody was particularly happy about that. They were like, hey, what are you talking about? You can't just leave us. We need everyone's help here. We need to be together and support each other in this very difficult time. He's like, dude, the girl I like's up there. You don't understand. I gotta go get her. And that was really the gist of his counter arguments there. But eventually everybody decided, hey, his selfish whims, it's cool. We'll even help him out with it. That's how supportive we'll be of all this. And then they get talking about rivers and how you can't swim in them twice, and how they had to choose their life for themselves and reach out and grab it and do their best and all that inspirational stuff. And yeah, in the end, we're all going to space together, including some of the nines. So I guess that's what we're going to do. At some point I have jokingly commented that all the main characters might die at the end of the series, and I'm progressively becoming more and more confident in that theory. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully things work out. All we can do is hope. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.